In the heart of Shoals, Arkansas, tucked away from the quiet streets and peaceful lake, lies an old, abandoned graveyard. It's a place the townspeople whisper about, but never visit. They avoid it like the plague, and for good reason. For years, strange lights have been seen dancing among the tombstones, and eerie noises drift through the trees on moonless nights. Some folks dismiss it as local folklore, just an old legend meant to spook tourists. But others, the ones who have lived here their whole lives, are convinced something truly sinister lurks within its decrepit walls. One crisp autumn night, a young man named Jack decided to find out the truth for himself. Jack wasn't your typical thrill-seeker. He was a musician, a lover of the blues. His life's passion was collecting vintage instruments, each with its own story to tell. He'd heard the rumors circulating in town, whispers of a long-dead bluesman buried in that very graveyard. The legend said this musician had cursed his own guitar, a simple, homemade cigar box guitar. After his death, the instrument was said to play on its own, its haunting melodies of heartbreak and loss echoing for miles around. Jack, ever the collector, was determined to find the source of that ghostly music and add the cursed guitar to his prized collection. As he pushed open the creaking iron gate and stepped into the graveyard, the air immediately grew colder. The shadows cast by the ancient oak trees seemed to stretch and writhe, growing longer and darker with every step he took. The silence was heavy, broken only by the crunch of dead leaves under his boots. Then he heard it. Faint at first, but unmistakable. The twangy, soulful sound of a cigar box guitar. It was a melody drenched in sorrow, followed by a ghostly voice singing about lost love and deep regret. The sound was both beautiful and terrifying. Jack's heart pounded in his chest, a frantic drumbeat against his ribs. He had to find it. He followed the music, his curiosity overpowering his fear. With each step, the melody grew stronger, clearer. The hairs on the back of his neck stood on end. He could feel an unseen presence watching him, a coldness that had nothing to do with the night air. The music was so loud now, it seemed to be coming from just ahead. Through the rows of weathered headstones, he saw a faint, flickering light in the distance. He navigated through the maze of graves, his eyes fixed on the pulsating glow. As he rounded a corner, he found its source. An old, imposing stone crypt, larger than any other tomb in the cemetery. The light was emanating from within, seeping through the cracks in the stone. With bated breath and trembling hands, Jack crept toward the crypt's entrance. He peered inside. The sight that met his eyes made his blood run cold. There, sitting on a decaying stone throne, was a translucent figure, the ghost of the blues musician himself. He was holding the cigar box guitar, his spectral fingers still resting on the strings. The music stopped abruptly. The room, which had been filled with soulful sorrow, went deathly silent. The ghost slowly looked up, his eyes burning with an ancient, fiery anger. His voice, a low and raspy growl, echoed in the stone chamber. "You've come to steal my music, haven't you?" Jack tried to speak, to explain, to apologize, but no words would come out. His throat was tight with terror. The ghost let out a wicked, hollow cackle that seemed to shake the very foundations of the crypt. He stood up, his bones creaking like old floorboards. He was a towering, shimmering figure of pure rage. He reached a skeletal hand out towards Jack, and the young man felt an icy chill run down his spine, a coldness that seeped into his very soul. Suddenly, the crypt began to shake violently. Dust and small stones rained down from the ceiling. The ground beneath them trembled as if in a powerful earthquake. The ghost's angry roar mixed with a sound of cracking stone. Jack, finally breaking free from his paralysis, turned to run, but it was too late. With a deafening crash, the roof of the ancient crypt collapsed, burying him alive under tons of rock and earth. From that day forward, the haunted Bull Shoals graveyard was left completely alone. The locals knew better than to disturb the dead, especially when those dead were armed with a powerful curse born from the heart of the blues. The music can still be heard on some nights, but now a new, more desperate voice sometimes joins the ghostly melody. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this spooky tale, don't forget to like and subscribe for more chills. Stay safe out there.